Okay, Bluebirds, Niitaniko Kutchall, and welcome back to my channel. So this is actually my second upload of this particular video because the original was unable to upload, but I digress. This is a topic I've felt heavily compelled to discuss for a while, as the rhetoric about Latinos being entitled to all of North America has become increasingly common, and this myth is going to be misconstrued as fact if it's not struck down. In this video, I'll be discussing why Latinos are, in fact, not Native American. But before we discuss this topic further, I would like to invite you to join the Bluebird family if you haven't already. If you're new to my channel, I predominantly discuss issues that impact the Native American community as well as general social topics that impact everyone. So if you're interested in getting true, complete knowledge of Native Americans and Indigenous people as a whole, you are encouraged to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my other social media, including Twitter and Instagram. Visit my blog site, link in the description. Also, if you would like to support this channel further, you may do so by becoming a patron through Patreon for as low as $2 per month. By becoming a patron, you will receive access to exclusive content, including polls, quizzes, exclusive videos, early videos, media reviews, and even excerpts from my first upcoming novel series, Saints of a Warriors Class. You can start at any time and cancel at any time. If you are unable to become a patron, it's understood, but any support toward this channel, both physically and in spirit, is greatly appreciated. So, before European colonialism, North America and South America all consisted of established nations, and I believe we all can agree on that point. But what always gets left out is the fact that these lands consisted of different ethnic groups. There was one ethnic group in North America, another ethnic group in Central America, and a third ethnic group comprising South America. An ethnic group is a collection of people within the same geographical area who share the same language, culture, and style of dress. A lot of times, even people within the same ethnic group could have slightly different cultural traditions. For example, there was once tens of thousands of tribes in North America, and every tribe shared similarities but also had differences between them, whether in relation to style of dress or language. But those who lived in North America were not of the same ethnicity of those who lived in Central or South America. Now, when people use the term Native American, they're referring to the melanated people of North America who lived in tribes. North America, of course, comprises both modern-day Canada as well as the continental United States. Therefore, any individuals whose ancestors cannot be traced to Canada or the land that has become America prior to European imperialism cannot be identified as Native American. This would thereby exclude Latinos and Hispanics. As a reminder, Latin is a European language. It was first spoken in Rome, and during an attempt of Roman expansion, the language found itself in Spain. Spain, of course, is a country in Europe. As time progressed, the two languages intermingled, and it's believed that 75% of Spanish comes from the Latin language. As far as ethnic identity goes, oftentimes Spanish and Latin are used interchangeably to describe those from Central and South America. This is because the overwhelming majority of colonization within Central and South America took place by the Spanish. If the people of such places, who actually self-identify as Spanish or Latino, can identify as such, this means they have enough Caucasian blood to set them apart from their ancestors. The differences between Native Americans and Latinos also extends to colonization. North America was primarily colonized by the English, French, and a small percentage of the Spanish. Central and South America were both primarily colonized by the Spanish and Portuguese. There are also European groups such as the Dutch, Scandinavians, and Italian who attempted colonization throughout the entire Western Hemisphere as well, but to significantly smaller extents than the aforementioned European groups. The bulk of European colonization in the Americas was carried out by the English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. So generally speaking, Native Americans and Latinos/Hispanics weren't even colonized by the same people. Many Latinos, too, are benefiting from a slip of the tongue, so to speak. More than a few of them classify themselves as indigenous and are therefore erroneously grouped together with Native Americans. More than a few Latinos also classify themselves as Native American in the sense that they're the descendants of natives from Central and South America. This is a tragic case of racial misclassification. America is the current name of North America, not Central or South America. Therefore, only those whose origins can be traced to North America and North America only can claim the term Native American. Many people may wonder why racial misclassification is even a problem. Well, if you didn't know about ethnic cleansing, you would probably think that it's not a big deal for Caucasian or Latino to claim to be Native American. Ethnic cleansing is the attempt to obliterate a particular ethnic group and replace these people with another group. This is a direct result of racial misclassification. If Caucasians and Latinos, both of whom can be traced back to Europe, claim to be Native American, this causes a serious issue in relation to sovereignty for our people. If those so-called Native Americans are actually European and are being active within our community, it means they're disrupting our ability to properly trace our history and culture. It would mean that procreating with them will promote breeding our own ethnic group out of existence. And it would also mean that once our sovereignty is reattained, we would essentially be giving the land right back to Europeans. Ethnic cleansing is damaging the Native American community, and Latinos claiming to be Native American is just as damaging as Caucasians claiming to be Native American. Interestingly enough, as a Native American, I've experienced extensive discrimination from the Latino and Hispanic communities. I'll explain the specifics in another video, but Latinos and Hispanics essentially receive more attention and respect from the dominant society and are therefore given more sociological power. We are not the same group of people, and even they know this themselves. But there are benefits non-Native Americans receive for falsely claiming to be Native American that we ourselves can't get. They get the benefit of being used to satisfy empty race and gender quotas at companies and businesses without dealing with the stress of being targeted for reproductive harm and other forms of human experimentation, like Native Americans are. They get the benefit of claiming to have a special connection and entitlement to North America without feeling compelled to assist with the Native struggle. I hope that more Latinos start to understand that they're not Native American in terms of being descendants from the tribal melanated people of North America. I also hope they stop publicizing this false rhetoric, because all it's doing is promoting the concept of having our land conquered yet again by another ethnic group that has no connection to it. Latinos have utilized this lie for the last few decades in order to work their way into the Native American community. So many Native American publications, such as Indian Country Today, for example, regularly publish inherently anti-Native American dialogue that promote ethnic cleansing. So do not believe any publication or any type of media or information source that tries to put forth the rhetoric that Latinos are Native American, because this is not the truth. Now, are there Latinos with Native American blood and Native Americans with Latino blood? Yes, but these are still two different groups of people, and we must never forget that. But I would like to know what you all think about this. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and with that being said, I'm Cut Jaw, this is The Bone Thread, and I'll see you all in the next video.